All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Apologize for not having my headphones in today. My AirPods, Nick, our VP at GAR Capital, who was with me traveling to Nevada this weekend, he used it for the plane and I forgot to get it back. So my apologies there. I have to use the microphone from the actual Mac itself. So if the volume isn't the best, my apologies. I'll have the headphones in tomorrow, at least that. Apologize for being late. It is 9:04 Eastern Standard Time this morning, getting used to the 3-hour time difference as I got back in last night. Back at it. Let's go ahead and go over it together. All right, Dow futures are down 2 points, was up as much as 150 this morning. NASDAQ is slightly green. S&P up 0.12%, 3603. Russell 2000 futures 1697 this morning. That's slightly up. Crude oil 0.84%, $90 seems to be that resistance this morning. 10-year yields did pop post PPI, is sliding down a little bit off the highs, trading right around about 3.949%. 113.35 for the dollar index this morning. Slightly elevated, obviously. But nothing too crazy. VIX up 1% this morning at a 34 reading. Let's go ahead and take a look. Gold futures down about 0.5%. That's the dollar for you. Gasoline futures up 0.38%, 261 a gallon. Silver futures down 2%. Again, thank you to the dollar. Copper down 1%. Euro dollar 96.97 continuing to slide. Parity was a long time ago, down about 7 pips. 146.78 for the dollar yen, continuing to go higher. Pound dollar 110.40. That's up 67 pips, even with the dollar being stronger. Talking about more intervention from the BOE after changing their tune yesterday, where we got that drop. Bitcoin futures still holding that around 18.2, around 19,000 currently, 12.87 for Ethereum. Both are green this morning on the futures side. Let's go ahead and get to TweetDeck. Actually, no, we'll start with Bloomberg this morning, make life easier. Let's go ahead and get to Bloomberg. We'll go to the PPI this morning. This is the Producer Price Index, month-over-month rise, I believe. This is year-over-year, 8.5% versus 8.4%, still above the number that everyone else is looking for. How about month-over-month? 0.4%, doubled the expectations. Again, that's going to add more pressure to the Fed to keep raising rates, at least on the PPI sense. We do have CPI tomorrow. If that's elevated, again, more than likely, we're going to expect 75 basis points in November for a raise. The question is, do we get to 100 now, depending on the CPI number? Some market talk here. We know that the dollar oil is vulnerable to dollar strength. We've been talking about that. Again, 90 seems to be that resistance where we're kind of hovering around 70 for a while. Dollar catches a bid. Treasuries edge lower. We talked about that. Futures pair gains. PPI knows no respite from inflation threat. This is from Bloomberg. There's not a lot of respite from the inflation narrative today from PPI figures. Headline monthly prices rose 0.4%, expected of 0.2%, with prices excluding food, energy, and trade exceeding expectations by a similar margin. The equity reaction, understandably, has been giving back some gains, as these figures suggest yet of another upside surprise tomorrow. That is for CPI. The surge in interest rate, it's causing investors to turn more circumspect on U.S. stocks that as a while have offered anemic dividend yields. The dividend yield on the S&P 500 is 240 points in a minus 240 bips after adjusting for 2-year Treasury rates, the lowest since the financial crisis. Historical analysis of stocks going back to 1990 shows that when the gauge has been this low, subsequent returns have been hardly impressive. So that's important to say. Some important things to see. Here's the article from Bloomberg regarding the S&P. I will post this on IG for you guys so you guys can take a read on that. I can't really share this until it's actually on the website. So I'll see if our team can get that sent out to you guys on Instagram this morning. All right, let's go ahead and take a look back at the charts. I had a question this morning from Investment Club regarding NVIDIA and AMD and all the semiconductors. And again, these stocks, guys, again, you're going by sectors now. This is still tech. And again, tech is still under pressure with a stronger dollar and higher bond yields. Again, we're getting closer to the 4% resistance that we're looking at the 10-year. If CPI is higher than expected, that's going to break and add more pressure on indexes and more pressure on stocks. So again, I want to pivot to this. The last 2 days that we've had open the market, we really didn't have much. Monday was Columbus Day. Again, banks were closed, but the market was open. Yesterday, nice pop during the day, and then we faded with BOE. And again, we're kind of between 3640 and 3571. So in terms of indexes, or at least the S&P, until you break 3571 or break above 3645, you're really not doing much. So again, where's the opportunity out there? That's kind of what you're looking at, right? So again, we can always take a look at some pre-market movers and see what we can do. Here's some pre-market movers this morning. Tesla's down about 0.11%, nothing crazy, pretty much flat with the S&P. Little high volume according to the morning trade. Let's see, Apple's up 0.12%, Microsoft down 0.36%, Boeing down 1.5%. Boeing stands out as that's being down. Moderna up 12% this morning. Carnival down about 0.5%. Norwegian up about 1.3%. And Lucid up 2.63%. Microsoft is underperforming, but the big one is really Boeing. So let's go ahead and take a look at Boeing just to kind of give us an idea of where things are going this morning, and then we'll answer some questions. Support here right around 128, maybe 127.62. There's a gap to fill 125. That may not be the best move, but again, slicing below the 200 MA on Boeing. Maybe if we can get below, I mean, I would love to see if we can get this gap filled at 126.49. So let's go ahead and place that alert first. It's not really the best trade right now until that gap is filled, but below the 200 MA, we'll see if we can place some puts there, maybe target 120 or so. Bruno's asking, Brano, sorry. Hi, Carlos. What and when do you think the bottom of the S&P after PPI number? The bottom of the S&P, at least of what I see short term, again, because we do have CPI tomorrow, big number to watch. 3570, 3571 is your support currently. That's where we are. We got the little drop here on PPI, excuse me. That's producer price index. So 3571 being your support. Have you guys slowly been nibbling in long-term buys? Yeah. Every week I still buy S&P 500. So S&P 500 SPY G. Let's see, holdings, and I'll show you exactly what that buys you. That's what I've been buying every week on Thursday. So again, you can call that nibbling or call it DCA. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Alphabet, Nvidia, Meta, Eli Lilly, Home Depot, Thermo Fisher, United Health. I love that stock. Adobe, JP Morgan, Qualcomm, Visa, AMD, Pfizer, MasterCard, Lowe's, AbbVie, Intuit, Costco, Oracle, all those names. That's part of the ETF. So nibbling, yes indeed, every week has been nibbling. And again, those are some names I want to own long term. The question is, 5 years from now, let's just say, do you think those stock prices are going to jump up? That's really the bet you're doing, and that's what I'm doing, expecting us to go higher, at least over the long term. I don't think we'll have a 5-year period of just a quiet demise of the stock market. This just doesn't happen. I do expect us to, at least within 5 years, today is 2022, 2027 will be higher. I mean, that's not saying much, but yeah, definitely I want to own these stocks long term. Expecting a bigger reaction if CPI is released? Absolutely. That's a bigger reaction to me because that affects consumers directly and demand. So that to me is a bigger number than PPI. PPI had actually been a little better or weaker than CPI, so I expect CPI to be higher and elevated. Next level, to add AMD. I would not add AMD as of yet. Again, you do need to see earnings come out before we do anything, at least with this name. Remember, they pre-announced. But look at this trend line here. You do have a support here right around 53. So again, right around 53. Again, if you were looking, you want to just DCA on AMD, 53 seems to be the level that you want to look at. Would I want to go out of my way to do so? No, because we have so many moving parts. We just got PPI and CPI. That's going to directly affect tech, interest rates, and the dollar. So again, it's not that it's AMD centric. Obviously, they did have their downbeat forecast pre-announcing, obviously. But many companies have done that and have bounced towards the line, down the line. FedEx, Target, they have done that as well. So again, good for a trade? No. Good to own? Yes. Long term, and you need it would be a long term holding. You have to hold on to the swings. But 53 would be the trend line that you're looking for on AMD. If we take a look at S&P, you could see that we are getting at least some kind of a wedge. So again, usually when you get a downward edge, you do get a breakout of some kind. The question is it anything worth trading is the question. So really you could see that as we go this way, you can see that wedge still forming. Again, we could still break out of that. So we just need to really just wait and see what the dollar and bond yields do as we move forward. And again, headlines are everywhere, especially now with the BOE, BOJ, Bank of England, Bank of Japan. Last 2 days were really just a chop fest. Team caught Netflix for puts, well done. As of right now, just watching and seeing any opportunity as we go along, but CPI being tomorrow above us. Again, just trying to be as prudent and as conservative and as patient as possible. Love the videos. They always keep me up to date on the news. Oh, thank you, Dylan. My apologies for not doing the last 2 days. I was in Vegas for the weekend, enjoying some great football, enjoyed a great Chris Angel show. That was great. The Cowboys beat the Rams. That was great. Missed the Yankees last night as I was traveling. They did win. So congrats to the Yankees winning game 1 against Cleveland. Let's see what we get moving forward. 37.51 is the target. 36.39 being resistance. Actually, my dad is coming up from Colombia this morning. So again, I'm going to see him in a couple hours. He'll be staying for the weekend. Again, nothing has changed. I'll still be here watching the markets with the team. So just to give you the heads up. Have a great rest of your morning, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note, regardless of who's over in my house with my family. I always do the morning note anyways. Have a great rest of your morning. Again, Chop Fest, nothing crazy. Let's not go too wild on the day. We still have CPI overhead, so don't expect much. I'll go ahead and post this financial crisis era warning bell, chimes for S&P. I'll post that here in a bit, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers, guys.